Hello everyone, FunshineX here. Welcome back to Feed the Beast Artisans playing as Agrarian Skies. We've got a lot to do today. Last episode we got the villagers automated. If you can see the couple changes to the platform, I gave it legs so it can actually hold itself up. It's no longer flying, no longer the Enterprise, even though I did add that ritual up there, which kind of made it look even more like the Enterprise. But I didn't like how it was just floating there, so I gave it legs. Anyway, let's get into the quests right off here. We're working on liquids. Quick status check, though, first of... oh, somebody must have died. Didn't we have 106? Maybe not. I don't know. So, let's see. We're going to Hell's Kitchen. Let's see how we're doing there. We are at 65% on the vinegar. 80% on the lettuce. Tomatoes still at 2%. Surf and turf at 16. I don't know. Something doesn't seem to be working here. I don't know. Actually, I do know what's gone with tomatoes. We used a bunch for pizza, I think, and so it's still filling up the barrel. Yeah, that's what it's doing. So it's produced a bunch of tomatoes. They just haven't gone over into the quest yet. Okay, that's okay. Just to make sure it actually is producing tomatoes. Let's look at what we're going to do today. I made a second bag of holding to hold all our new things. What do we got? Wow, look at all this stuff. The first thing we're going to do is put in a bioreactor to get some purple juice. And we need all of this stuff to do it. Alright, that should be enough. Let's go downstairs. I think we've got some room down here. I want a place where I can get to AE and power. So right here looks perfect, actually. How about right there? Yep, awesome. Okay, do I have a lever? Yes, I do. I was planning ahead. I don't want this thing to process until I'm ready. But here's how bioreactors work. They take biomaterial and they turn it into some biofuel. Most things work, a lot of things don't. So you have to look up the wiki to find out what exactly is works and doesn't work. I can fly, right? There we go. Put this right there. This is my precision export bus. I can choose 8 items to put into this guy. He's more efficient if you put more items in. So if you have all nine items filled here, he makes more. But I'm just going to do 8. That should be plenty. So let's do mushrooms and mushrooms. Alright, I want to make sure they occupy different slots. I want to do potatoes and carrots. I would like to do seeds and seeds, oak saplings, and bone meal. Alright. Now I'm wondering if it's just going to fill all this up with mushrooms here. That's not what I want. Alright guys, we are back, and it looks like it was able to fill each up one slot of each, and it got an extra stack of mushrooms since I only gave it 8 items. But look, we are pretty efficient. 1020 out of 1425. Let's go ahead and turn that on. And it's going to go ahead and make some biofuel. Awesome. This, every time this buffer gets below 1020 available, then it'll make more. And then it'll put it over here. Pretty cool. So it's filling them back up as they are used. Awesome. I like it. Okay. Next thing then would be to extract that biofuel. And let's just go out of the side here. We'll put a servo there just in case. I'm not sure if it needs it. It does not need a servo. Okay. Actually, that was... yeah, it doesn't. Okay, cool. And then we'll just put a QDS. Should probably put the QDS first, huh? I don't have a block. I do have a block. Perfect. QDS. Go into our quest book. Go back to the liquids. Go with the flow. Open biofuel. Select task. Apply it to that QDS. And now we can put the flue duct there. This is going to go really quick. It does not take much. And go. Alright. Should be able to watch it now. Look at, we're already at 13,000. Pretty awesome. I guess it ejects it. It's going to create a little bit faster than it can eject it. It's kind of weird, but that's fine. 0%. How much do we need? Was this 1.6 million? Yeah, okay. We'll just let that go. It's going to use up all of our stuff that we have tons and tons of. Don't need it anyway. Let's look at the next thing we want to do. Alright, so I've also got in here a squeezer. And all this junk. So let's hook that up. We also need power and ME, so we'll do it. Should have done this in a different position. Yeah, I can run power this way. Okay. Where's my wireless? Give me some conduit, please. Alright. Just come this way a little bit. We will put a squeezer right there. Oops. That's probably not going to be good for the squeezer. Go away. Alright, and into the squeezer we shall export. I'm going to borrow just, oops, not a whole stack, no. Just one, and you can now have seeds. Should fill that up, should be squeezing it, should be getting seed oil. Just a tiny bit of seed oil. It's like minuscule amounts, it's pretty pathetic, but it's okay. And then we need to do the same thing we did before, which is output it. Here. Let's get a QDS, still in the bag. No, there's no grand buildings here. These are all just very simple one setup things. If it turns out we need more, then I can put more bioreactors out this way or something, I don't know. Quest delivery system, let's set this to seed oil. And go. Oh, you do need a servo. Go. Okay, looks like it's working. 250, 260. So each seed I think is 10. So that means we need 16,000 seeds. We have 25,000. So between that guy and this guy, we should be using pretty much all of our seeds, which is good because I don't want 1,000,000 seeds in my inventory. Okay, what's the next one? We're moving quick. Awesome, because I have a ton to do. The next one we've got is a fermenter and still setup here. I don't know why I had an extra mushroom there, but that's okay. So let's do an actual setup for that. Put it right. Let's see, we can get Emmy from here. Power right here. Let's do it. Yeah, right here. So let's do first some fermenters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are going to output into some stills. That might not have. Let's do the stills over here. This will work. It's going to be a weird looking setup. That's fine. I'm saving room, right? Let's give them all power on the top. No, I want to power on the bottom. Let's go flying. We've got a jetpack, might as well. Okay, that should be good for power. And I'll bring it right up here. It's going to look really ugly, but it's powered. That's all that matters, right? Okay, now we want to export into these. I was going to do a chest right here. And do a export bus into the chest. And into here, I'm going to do mushrooms. And then coming out of that chest, we'll use some item ducts to actually put the items in. Oh, and I haven't used these in a long time, so I might have forgotten the step. I think I did. Okay, and we'll need a servo for that guy. That should work. Let me get some ME cable. And hook this up, and we should see our mushrooms in there. Oh, come on. Move stacks. Fill that puppy up. There we go. That's gonna fill all these up. Now what do we need here? Where's the recipes for the fermenter? Smelting, chemistry, compost. Come on, fermenter. Okay, so we need water in the left slot, compost in the bottom slot, or fertilizer. Alright, so I've got those item ducts bringing the mushrooms out of the chest into the fermenters. Now I need to get some fluid out of there. So let's grab my fluiducts. Should be in here. Inventory's becoming a mess, slowly. It started off nice, and now it's not. And I probably need a bunch of... Yeah, alright. That'll work. It's ugly. The stills, all they need is just power and the juice, so they're good. Okay. And then we'll have some item ducts coming out of them. And a QDS. Quest book, where are you? There you go. And this one is going to be our ethanol. Okay. I'll get the servos for those later. Alright, we need water. Best place to get the water is from ME system because we have how many buckets of water? 42,000 buckets of water. Okay, liquid export bus, please. I need a bucket of water. Water, bucket, thank you. And Fluidex, perfect. I need a bunch of servos. I think I made a stack of servos earlier. That should be enough. Let's get an intermediate tank, because I'm not sure if you can export into one of those. So that's a good tank for the water. And we'll put the water on this side, so we'll do you there, you here, you export water, good, Fluidex, bam, 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 and bam. Go. Do you have water in you now? Yes, you do. Sweet. You need to export this a little bit faster, dude. Just so they all fill up. Once they're all filled up, I can turn it off. Alright, let me check these guys to make sure they're maintaining. Yes, they are. Cool. Yeah, see, it can't export faster than it makes it, which is kind of sad. 1% and 0%. Oh, Seeds is actually winning. Alright, this is now full, so we can turn him back down. Just move a little bit of water. And the last component is going to be our fertilizer. And I can... Do I have to put that through the bottom or not? Let's test. Fertilizer. I don't think I have any more appetite. Mulch. Water and bark. Okay. Not sure how to get bark. Squeezing fruit. Do we have any orange? Look at that. That orange gives a lot of fruit. 5% chance for mulch, though. Is apples better? Is apples the best chance for mulch? No, I guess, well, crab apple had a pretty good chance. Yeah, they're pretty low chances, so I don't think we're going to get any mulch anytime soon. Our last option then would be compost. And that is wheat and dirt, which we have tons of. So let's do that. How is our dirt supply? 7,000 and 12,000 wheat. Okay, we should be enough. Should be good to make some mulch here, or some compost. So let's put that into the system. I'm just putting them on random pages now. I don't really care. Dirt and wheat. So now in the export guy, let me get some compost. There we go. And let's see how we're going to fit this. I can't remember what side this compost needs to go on. Like it looks like the bottom. If I look at all these mushrooms stuck in here. I'm thinking we've got a problem here now because it's gonna not know what to do. I'm gonna have too many mushrooms here. Don't move anything right now. Move single items. Okay. Let's get all these mushrooms out. And then let's try and spread this compost a little bit. Alright, let's do it like that. Oh, I have this guy. And we'll put all our mushrooms back in the system. Okay, cool. So now we've got a problem here that they're all backed up, so that's not going to come out. Let me do this real quick. And I could do that. Put the servo back on. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Empty hand, please. Go. Alright, is that going to take the mulch out or only... And I don't want you to take full stacks here. Only take... Only take 8 at a time. Alright, that put the compost in there. Awesome. And hopefully it doesn't get jammed. Hopefully it knows. Oh, I've got room for compost. Alright, we can now set this guy to... Oh, he is crafting. Okay. Doesn't appear to be. He's like putting mushrooms out in the system. I don't want mushrooms. Whoa, those actually go really fast. So because he's constantly doing mushrooms, he can't do compost. So I am going to need the second precision export bus. And a second chest. Learning as we go. Alright, and you are now responsible for the compost. can... There we go. So hopefully now... There we go. So that solves our problems. Because now this guy... Let's fill a couple more slots up with compost here. Mushrooms on the bottom, compost on the top. You, my friend, are allowed to move stacks now. So that should fill up the mushrooms all the time. And then the crafting should keep the composted crafted. And then hopefully it doesn't back up. No, it is going to back up. So you have a servo, so I'm going to tell you to only export mushrooms. And you can take full stacks. That's fine. Whitelisted. Okay. Then you, my friend, over here are allowed to servo first, huh? You are allowed to take out compost on a whitelist, and you can only take 8. All right. Oh, servo. Nope. There we go. Okay. So I think that should work. Even if this gets backed up with mushrooms, the compost will still go out. Let's go up to stacks of 40. I don't know. Are they all going now? Those 3 aren't because they haven't got compost yet. Oh, no. You're taking it too fast. That's why I want to do stacks of 8. I forgot. Alright, guys, we got it all working. We're now exporting the compost, and that's filling that slot, and the mushrooms are staying full. So the next thing to do would be to servo all of these guys to get their juice out. 4 and 5. And then disable redstone on them all. Alright, so now 3 fermenters going into, 5 fermenters going into 3 stills. And that will get us our ethanol. We can now servo these 3. 1, 2, and 3. And we'll export. Wait, I think it was the other way around. You need 5 stills and 3... Oh man, I screwed up big time. Alright, I'm going to have to add more stills because these things are just going to be constantly full pretty much. But let's go ahead and get the ethanol starting to flow. And I'll come back and add more. Alright, is that going in? There we go, we're already at 1%, so maybe I won't even need to. It's going so quickly that... Yeah, we'll just let that run. Just like that. Awesome. Okay, that is the 3 liquids that I think I wanted to do today. Is there any others? Oh, meat. Liquid meat. Let's go look at liquid meat. Over here. There we go. We've got 125,000 liquid meat and 18,000 pink slime. Okay. Well, I'm now going to put a QDS over here. Disconnect that. Select the meat quest. Put that here. And get a fluid duct on top. And I'm going to disconnect this barrel. So if I need some meat drum, I've got some plenty now. I've got a half a barrel. But now I can always... now everything else will go into the quest delivery system. You gonna grow up some cows? Come on, make them grow. How is my blood magic? Actually, I haven't checked that in a while. 984,000. Alright, we are good on that front. Okie dokie. I want to see some die so we can see that the quest is actually progressing. Come on. Don't make me come down there. Alright, well, remember that that ritual still takes 3 minutes for them to grow up to be adults. So we'll come check that later and just make sure there's some progress going on. The other liquids we need to do, remember honey and DNA we're leaving up to Ben to do. Now we've got a bunch of like the redstone, gelid corothium, and liquid and pyrotheum, blazing pyrotheum. Oh, and then liquid mobs. Oh, we could do that one too. I need another QDS. I just have to do that with any. Still have yet to find out why the heck that does that, but oh well. Okay, so over here, the mob farm, I've got a whole drum's worth of fluid. So I can just put the, maybe I can't. I want to just drain right into there, so, but I need that there, and I need, okay, I can take this off. Yeah, I can move this. I'll just need to servo that. Servo, okay. QDS here, break that, and book. Mob essence, select that one, put that here. And now we can go ahead and tell this to export. There we go. Go. This one should complete real fast. Maybe? Oh, there it goes. It just wasn't updating on the actual QDS. But there's 45, 48. Let's just let this one finish. While that's doing that, in the quest book, if we go back here, how do we go back? Backspace? I don't remember. There we go. Click at our start. We see that we've got one quest with unclaimed rewards. If we go into bees, Ben made one of these guys. So that completed that. Let's get a bag for that. And then in the bragging rights, I completed a few of these quests. And these were all just crafting. They're so boring. Just craft all this manually, craft all this manually, and craft all this. Most of the stuff we even already had, but it hadn't given us credit for it. But I'm going to go ahead and claim the reward. First, thermal expansion is complete. Applied energistics is complete. Mine factory reloaded is done. And mostly bibliocraft stuff is done. Awesome. This one is done except for the beacon. I haven't fought a wither yet. Bees were at 356. That does take a while. McOries is crazy because even after breakfast you have to do lunch, dinner, and dessert. And all these, I don't think we even have material for a lot of that. And then blood magic, we can probably do this pretty soon. If not right away. But this should be done now. So let's go ahead and take this off. I think we just wasted a bunch of mob essence. So let's go ahead and give it a few berries. Come on, faster, faster. While that's happening, let's eat some hearts. We've got some green hearts to apply. And we got some bags. 3 epic, 1 greater, 1 legendary. Alright. The greater bag, some jerky, of course. Epic bag. Conveyor belts? Really? Okay. Farm block. Oh, some forestry, multi-block farm stuff. More bees. I just dropped all over the ground. Wonderful. I can put them in here. You go there. Just all the junk that we've been getting. All these signs. Actually, keep those. Alright. So all we have left is our legendary bag. Let's hope it's legendary. Is she trolling us or is she going to give us something good? Where did I put it? Go! Nice! Look at all that redstone. Oh, that was beautiful. Nether redstone ore. We were running low on redstone, actually. But if you pulverize this, you get 24 per ore. So that's like, I don't know, like 9 stacks of nether or something. I don't know. It's a crazy amount of redstone. And I was worried about doing that redstone quest because I thought we might run out of redstone, but no, now we will never run out of redstone. All I'm going to do is just throw that into the pulverizers here. and be done with it. Cool. Alright guys, well, we did a lot of the liquid quests, just setting them up. Now they're just going to run automated, and eventually we'll have enough to complete them. Oh, we might as well turn in this one. See what we get. We get to choose high temperature furnace generator, 32 reactor casings, or road bag. I'm going to take the reactor casings, because I want to make my thing bigger. Awesome. 2 hearts, and a reward bag. More decor. Okay, cool. I think that's going to be it for this episode. If you guys enjoyed it and liked it, hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. It is free. And as always, if you have a comment about what I did today, please put it in the comment section below. I'll reply as soon as possible. And I will see you guys next time for the Feed the Beast Artisans playing Agrarian Skies. Catch you later. Bye.